Alright, this is a tutorial on how to make our trinket box. First thing, you're going to need to decide what you want the shape to be. I'm going to do a bear, a shape of a bear. So, as always, I first need to create a new component. I'm going to start with the bottom. Call this bear bottom. Bear bottom. Since I'm not a great artist, I am going to insert a canvas. I'm going to start with something that I can just kind of trace quickly, and then create my shape. So, all right, we got. I downloaded a couple different bears. Let's go with this one. So I am going to do the XY plane, and I'm going to go ahead and place this down. Now, from some previous projects, you know that it's very important that we calibrate this canvas. That means we size it appropriate to our project. And since this project we're going to be milling out of a 2x6 or maybe some MDF, depending. I'm going to say that from the top of the bear to the bottom of the bear is 5 inches. And you can see it resized it substantially. Please don't make the mistake of forgetting that step, because you may design a box that is very, very tiny or far too large. Okay, so there's my canvas. Now I can go ahead and create a sketch. I'm going to sketch on that same plane. And you can do a series of arcs and splines and whatever you'd like. Sometimes splines can be a challenge later on when you're trying to choose points, because they don't really have points. But for a little bit of speed, I'm going to go ahead and do some splines anyway. With splines, you have handles. So if you shorten them up, it'll make it nice and sharp and curvy. We can round them out. You can still drag the points as well. It's not perfect just quite yet, but that's not the point of this tutorial. Okay, I'll throw in a few lines. Remember, you cannot extrude anything that is not a closed profile. So, make sure that your profile is closed. To speed this process up, since you all should know how to trace something. So finish up here. Okay. Notice that it changed color, so that's a nice closed profile. Okay. Now that I have my basic profile, I could retrace this, or since I want I'm going to create a box that's going to have an inside and outside. So I need to offset this line 0.125 inches. That's 1/8 of an inch. 1/8 of an inch to the outside. So that's going to be the very outside of my box. This is going to be the lip. That's going to kind of be the edge. And then I need one more to the inside of that. And we can do the same thing. We can do 0.125. That's 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to put that to the inside. If you want a bigger ledge for your lid to set on, you could double that if you wanted. That just makes the inside of your box a little bit smaller. So I'm going to go back to that one. Make a very delicate and intricate one. So here we're going to turn that on. Now I have a turn that off. I have a somewhat crazy looking wolf slash bear. Obviously, I'd take a lot more time and really clean that up to make the best shape as possible. From here, we're going to start doing our extrusions. And it won't make sense at first until you get our 3D image. So the very insides, this is where say your jewelry is going to go. Let's extrude that 1/4 of an inch. Automatically hides your sketches. Let's put it back. Now let's extrude the lip that the lid is going to set on. So let's go 1.125. Okay, so now you can see there's an inside and there's an outside, but we actually need the outside of our entire thing. So here's our third extrusion, and that is going to be all the way up to the very top of just so it 2x4 or 2x6 is actually 1.5 inches. So we're going to go just down from that so we can have a nice clean planed edge and make sure that it is joined. So now we can double check. I've only got one body. Perfect. That is my bare bottom. So we can kind of see. All right, there's the inside right there. So that's the ledge that it can set on, and that's the inside. Now we need to create a new component, and this is going to be, you guessed it, bare top. Okay. Now I could redraw all of that, and this needs to be up here. There we go. But there's a much faster way, so let's do the most efficient way in our design. So let's create a new sketch. And I'm going to model it exactly what it's going to look like when it's finished. So I'm going to sketch the lid that's going to set right on there. I'm going to sketch it on that plane. So when I extrude, I can extrude up and it'll be to the right location. Now I can redraw all this, or much faster, let's project. I can project, I don't want to do the inside, I don't want to do the very outside, I want to do this inner edge. So each line that I select, I could select them one at a time, or I could project this entire face. So that face profile is the inside and outside, and that'll work just fine. So now that I have that sketch, let's talk about, if I make a lid that's the exact same size as that line, as the inside of the other, of the bottom, it will not fit. It will not fit at all. So let's set a parameter called tolerance. Okay, and let's do a tolerance, since we're in inches, let's go 0.02, 20 thousandths of an inch. We go there. Let's see. That's good for now. We could do some more. We could have done a height and a width and height. We can always add that later. But for now, I can go back into my sketch. Let's edit that. And now, when I create an offset of this line, I can say tolerance. And since we are in prototyping, that is under the understanding that not everything works exactly right the first time. So let's also flip this. We could do a negative tolerance there. And that's the difference right there, 20 thousandths of an inch between the edge and the inside lip of the lid. Okay, so now we have all of these profiles. We're already done with our sketching, with our main sketching. This is just a really basic one, and I'd hope that you'd push yourself to go beyond just really, really basic. So I only selected where that tolerance is. And now I'm going to extrude this up. This is totally up to you on how thick you want a lid. I would suggest at a minimum a quarter inch or 3/8 of an inch. So I'm going to do a 1/2 inch lid because that'll allow it easy to lift up, and I don't have to add a handle. Now we could get really creative, and I suggest you do, and you do something on the lid. Now this could be adding features, so whatever the shape it is. I could add toenails, I could add texture as hair, I could make this bear 3-dimensional, not just flat. Or let's say I was going to give it to someone as a birthday present, or I could give it to my mom, and I could add some text, and it could say Mama Bear, and I would want to make it bold, and I'd want to make it about as big as I can to make sure that I can mill those. So let's see what 1 inch looks like. Oh man, that looks great. Let's center that up. You could do it along a curve. Might be just a little too big. So 3/4 of an inch, that looks great. I say okay. So now I have some text, and I can actually extrude that text. And I am going to make it a relief text. So, and it's just going to be tiny. I'm going to do another 1/8 of an inch. I need to make sure this is joined. So now I have a text on the surface as well. So this is how we're going to design it. The next video will go over how do we set up tool paths. And of course, we want to save this thing. So here this is CNC Trinket box. Or my bear box. All right.